Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hillary's Whiskey Lounge. I'm Hillary, and this is my Whiskey Lounge. And today we're going to be moving it up a notch, kicking it up a notch, and we're going to be tasting Arran Lochranza Distillery, Isle of Arran, quarter cask, also known as the Bothy, although they used to have that little nickname Bothy. We've talked about Bothys before, those little huts that are scattered all over Scotland for hikers and wanderers. Um, so this is called the quarter cask. The reason being, after the initial 7-year maturation in ex-bourbon casks, the whiskey is moved into smaller 125 liter quarter casks. And the idea being that the greater the surface area that the liquid is touching, the more flavor from the barrel will be imparted into the whiskey. So this is just affectionately called quarter cask, and this is cask strength. So this is gonna knock us out if we don't add any water. And this is 56.2% ABV. So yeah, whoa. So here's the bottle. This is unchill filtered, no color added. Here's a little diagram of Lochranza. The Isle of Arran. And then there's even Braille on this label, which is the coolest thing. So awesome little extra. And then the label just on back, it's really doesn't say much. So this really just speaks for itself. You can see the very light amber color of what's left of my bottle here. Arran also puts out a sherry version of this, which is called the Bodega, and it's also a cask strength. I'll get my hands on some of that, and we'll have a nice review of that as well. This is perfect for when the weather starts getting cooler, and we need sweaters and the heat on. All right, so let's pour a dram of this. This is a smaller little tasting glass that I picked up at the Lochranza distillery. Okay. Really beautiful color, just very light amber, honey colored there. All right, let's see what the nose is. It's really fruity. It's really light. Some people say they get pineapple from this. Just light fruits and honey, and that's exactly what I'm getting from this. So let's go for this 56.2% without any water first to taste. Mm. And by the way, this music that's playing is the Blue Cockade by Show of Hands. It's a wonderful song about love and war and heartbreak. Okay, so the arrival, super smooth, especially considering the ABV here. Mm, yes, definitely pineapple, honey, with a slightly peppery finish. It's got like a nice little kick to it that you'll feel on your tongue. Really nice dram. And I didn't add any water to this, and it's still very pleasant. But since we are smart Scotch drinkers, we're gonna add a little bit of water to this. So this is probably about five milliliters I'll add to this tiny little glass. Gently swirl it around. And while this is swirling, I want to show you the sister distillery of the Arran distillery. This is Lag. This has now been out for, I guess, about 2 or 3 years. And it is owned by the Lochranza distillery as well. This is just peated, so it's their peated version. This is peat and sherry, this one. So once we start getting into our peated whiskey, we'll crack this one open. Okay, so this has had time to roll around a little bit, and for the water to dissolve into or actually other way around, for the whiskey to dissolve into the water a little bit. Wow, really opened up the aroma. There's honey, flowers, more fruit, peach, pineapple. Mm. And it's even opened up the flavor so much more. It just tastes like liquid flowers, and um, this would be a super dram for the summer. In addition to when the weather starts getting colder, just beautiful and light, and fruity, airy, and that peppery sensation is really intensified by the water. Mm, wow, this is really nice. Let me show you the bottle again. I love the cork here. It's got the diagram of the island of Arran as well. This tiny little island, you could drive around it in an hour. In fact, my son and I had to do that when the road was closed and we were racing to get to the ferry to the mainland. So here's the bottle again. It's just very simple. I love the presentation here. And here, source Lochranza Distillery. All right. So, I mean, this is just a beautiful bottle, nice and simple. This would make an excellent gift for you to get if you need to buy somebody a bottle of whiskey. Or I would tone it down a little bit if the person you're buying for is a beginner whiskey drinker. Maybe get them the 10-year, which you cannot go wrong with. But if somebody's a little more experienced whiskey drinker, this the quarter cask Bothy or the sherried version, the bodega, would be perfect gifts. And by the way, this is really accessible. This is really in any definitely specialty whiskey shop. This will be available, but you can also pick up random bottles of Arran at the larger stores, like um, Total Wine, for instance. Okay, and this was about $85 US, so definitely accessible and definitely worth it. Okay. What was I going to do? Was I going to have another sip of this? Mm. Wow, that's really good. Um, I would definitely recommend this, especially if you're thinking of kicking up um, your whiskey collection and including a cask strength. The thing about cask strengths is that they're not as basically watered down as ones that are bottled at 43% ABV. And what this does, the higher the alcohol content, actually the higher the flavor, and you're going to get more flavor. Then it's cool because it's going to be up to you to decide whether to drink it right out of the bottle, straight, neat, I should say. I didn't mean drink it out of the bottle. I meant drink it neat, um, and or to add as much water as you desire. So it's really up to you. So the cool thing about cask strengths is that you do get a lot of more flavor, a lot more flavor than you would with the lower ABVs. Not to say that the lower ABVs don't have flavor, but here you're in control a little bit more. So this is a nice little dram. Oh, say hi, Selwyn. Yeah, here's Selwyn. She's got her fall vest on. Yeah, I call her Samhain or Sammy for short. So she's just been sitting on my lap meowing like she wants some whiskey. The cool thing that I'm going to show you from my whiskey room today, from my Scotch lounge, is this cool little book, the Malt Whiskey Yearbook. This has just been started to be put out by I'm not sure who the publishers are, but you can go to maltwhiskeyyearbook.com, and that's whiskey with no E. So maltwhiskey.com, and you can actually buy one of these. I bought this in Scotland at the Talisker distillery. I've never seen one here in the US, but I just went online and I ordered the new 2026 version. And you can get it through Shopify. So they'll deliver to the US and convert all the purchases into US dollars. I just got this it came out to be about 20 pounds um, British, and so that's about 26 US dollars. I just bought the 2026 version. It was just released. And what this yearbook is, it's got some articles in the first several pages, but the main point of this, it's really very informative. The articles are kind of cool, but the main point of this is really just It's got all of the distilleries, all of the Scotch distilleries here. And what I love is, for instance, here's Glenallachie. It shows you how to pronounce. It shows you how to pronounce the name of each one of these distilleries. It tells you the location, and then it tells you the history of the distillery, and then of course it tells you about the founders of the distillery, their philosophy, and then definitely lots of mention about um, their their main expressions and some of their special expressions. And then, and once you get through this, all of the distilleries that are in Scotland are here. Plus, once you get to the back, the world distilleries are listed, including Wales, the U.S., Australia, New Zealand, and so on. So it's a really cool book, and it's really good reading, especially if you're into Scotch. So I love this book. I really started delving into this. When I bought it, I didn't realize that in just a couple months, a new edition was coming out. Here's Australia and New Zealand. Say hi to First Phil. Hello, First Phil. How are you doing, Phil Gow? Um, so anyway, this is just a cool little thing. Again, it's called the Malt Whiskey Yearbook, and you can pick one up on their website. Again, maltwhiskyearbook.com, and that's whiskey with no E. It's WHISKY yearbook.com. Really easy to order. It'll take you 30 seconds. You just punch in your name, address, you got your credit card handy, and then Shopify will handle the rest. So that is my thing from my whiskey lounge today that I wanted to show you. Especially if you're getting into whiskey and you want to start researching the different distilleries, the different brands. Um, oh, look. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I just got very distracted. Squirrel. So anyway, the heart of this yearbook is looking at all the distilleries alphabetically, so they don't go by region, which is sometimes helpful because then you can just go to whatever distillery you wanna see. Oh, there's some Tamdhu. We are going to be reviewing that very soon. And that's it. Let's wrap up this review, and I'm going to give you guys one more Slunjava and wish you a happy weekend. Thank you.